Hi guys, welcome back to LTF1. Today we're going to be talking about the Monaco Grand Prix. But before we get onto that, don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you enjoy the content. If you don't, then comment below and let us know. Yeah, so Monaco. Oh, I'm by myself this week also. Monaco. We don't expect much from it, but what we do expect is to see the brand new safety car getting a lap. The first Monaco Grand Prix in forever that's not had a yellow flag, so that at least was surprising. And then we had Charles Leclerc having to drop out pre-race because of the gearbox. We all knew it could happen. You know, he made a mistake in qualifying and he missed the race. If he'd made a mistake in the race and he missed it, we wouldn't be feeling sorry for him. So it's just the way things go in the sport. But that did open up the race for Max Verstappen, and he absolutely controlled it. He dominated this weekend, and he dominated the race. He won. Bottas couldn't touch him. Yes, there was a bit of misfortune in there for Bottas having to retire, but even when he was running in the race, it didn't look like he could do much to even touch Max. So there's really nothing we can take away from Max's performance. He's done exactly what he needs to, as he does week in, week out. And it's just up to Red Bull to keep the car competitive and keep the strategy calls competitive too, so that they can see this championship through for the first time in forever. For the first time in the hybrid era, they are now on top. They're leading the championship. Horner's got his picture on Sky Sports coverage, and now Mercedes need to fight back against this. They need to come back in the next race, do their homework, see exactly what went wrong in Monaco. It seemed like Bottas had a better weekend than Hamilton, who just could not find the pace. Very unusual for a 7-time World Championship winner, who's getting a lot of hate on Twitter for being angry that he didn't do well in a race. Something that you should expect from your F1 drivers. But then just in behind Max, we had Sainz, who has also had a solid weekend, has not put a foot wrong, and has really gelled with that Ferrari team and with the car expertly. You know, down the paddock, Alonso, Ricciardo, Vettel, all really struggling to get to grips with new cars. Well, Vettel got there today, but the other two struggling to get to grips with their new cars. Carlos Sainz gone in there, and he could have even had pole yesterday. So he is doing a killer performance, and it's going to go under the radar. People are going to forget about it, and he's probably going to get replaced in the coming years by Mick Schumacher. But he is a quality driver, and he's got some time to really prove and fight for his seat in that car, and I'm sure he will. Leclerc's going to have to keep an eye over his shoulder for that one. Then we have Norris. Again, a lot of haters on Twitter, but he's done his job exactly how he needed to do it. He lapped his teammate. When Verstappen does this, they call him the GOAT. Norris does it, and he's still just that Twitch streamer. So some of the hate really needs to come off. Put a bit of respect on his name, maybe. He's had an amazing weekend. That's a couple of podiums now for him this year. He's going from strength to strength. He's got a new contract. We may be seeing the next young world championship, the next young world champion, the one that's going to really take the fight to Max when Lewis bows out. And then we've got Lewis Hamilton struggling, obviously, but up ahead of him, Perez and Gasly and Vettel all having amazing races, good strategy calls, and around Monaco, a clean race is an amazing race. Everybody had a clean race today. A couple of scuffs here and there, but nobody really binned it, even though we maybe expected one of them to. But yeah, there's not much to say about this race. No, not much happened. The one overtake we did get, we weren't allowed to see because the TV director decided it wasn't important enough. But yeah, it was just a good race. And if the race maybe bored you and you're looking for some more content, go through our YouTube page. We've just got a new article that's gone up from an expert writer, qualified aerodynamicist, talking about the Coke bottle effect. And he's done a whole series for us on front wings, back wings, everything you need to know to understand F1 aero. But yeah, it's a short one for me. Not much to say. It was one of those races, but I'd still keep Monaco on the calendar. There's nothing like it. Even though we sat there watching cars follow each other around for 78 laps, there is nothing like a race at Monaco, and it simply can't leave the calendar. That's been all from me. See you next race weekend.